Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 31st of March, 2024. Sensational. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you with another fragrance rotation video. And this week has been unusual. There has been a multitude of weathers, including heat, sun, snow, rain, more rain, wind. There's been wind. Kind of fragrance do you wear when it's windy? Just all of the joys of British weather have been put amongst us like a cat amongst pigeons. And we have fluttered and bustled. But at last I have come up with 7 fragrances. The 7 fragrances that I wore. And we will start at the beginning. And on Monday. On Monday I wore this for the first time this year. It is Eau Sauvage Parfum 2017. Here's the 2012 version. Clear difference in cap, in wrap, and in smell as well, to be fair. Eau Sauvage Parfum 2012 is myrrh based, and it's lovely. It is fantastic. But 2017's more bright and airy, and that's because it's got elemi in it. It's a little bit more astringent. That's probably a good way of saying it, whereas Eau Sauvage 2012 is more kind of soft. You know, it's the difference between elemi and myrrh. Be a really good way for you to understand the difference between those two materials. I kind of think that in the intervening years, I think Dior may have come into a large batch of elemi. And it may have been either more expensive or more difficult to get large batches of myrrh, or the same myrrh for Eau Sauvage. Of course, 2017 was the year when Dior had some kind of spasm and just reformulated everything. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I dried my mouth even thinking about it. All the less exclusives, all the Dior Privés got changed. All the signatures, I think, had a bit of a whip round, you know. Turning on their heels wasn't great. Wasn't great, friends. Wasn't a great year to be a fan of Dior 2017. But anyhow, this is what I wore on Monday, and I forgot to log it. So there was much thinking done today about what I wore on Monday. Anyway, something I did log, and something that's become very familiar recently to the channel. This is Tuesday's wear. It is the Venustus's Iris Nazarena. What a fragrance. I love this stuff. If you love Iris, if you love that kind of Tuscan leather, berry sweetness at the top. This is, imagine Tuscan leather where you exchange the leather and ashiness for a huge iris. Basically, you change everything about the fragrance apart from that berry sweetness at the top. That's essentially what Iris Nazarena is. It's got this berry juxtaposed against a very irisy iris, and then a very soft, supple, light brown suede kind of leather in the bit. Well, suede rather than leather, isn't it? Very soft, very flat, you know. Not flat as in it smells flat, just like flat texture, very smooth, you know. It's lovely. It's an amazing fragrance. I absolutely love it. Unfortunately, I have a new version of this bottle for when the old one runs out. Hurrah. And they smell exactly the same to me. And I'm into that kind of shit. Reformulations and changes and all of that. new one smells exactly the same. Don't go hunting for the old one. Not that you can find it, because I did for the longest time. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Fantastic fragrance. Beautiful iris. It's a lot of iris for your money, and it performs amazingly well as well. Okay. Next up, Wednesday. Wednesday, I wore something completely different, but still fantastic. And this is Royal Oud. Royal Oud by Creed. Not very oody. One of the least oody ouds I have ever smelled. It's got this whacking great IFF impression cedar wood heart note in it. And it's beautiful. It really is a fabulous cedar perfume, but it is a cedar perfume. It's got this prickly pink pepper at the top, which is very nice too. I like that. It's got some greenness from the Angelica, possibly some galbanum, you know. And then it's got that kind of Creed essence, you know, the early 2010s Creed essence, where it's very sparkly, ambergris musk type thing in the base, which is beautiful. And it's a gorgeous fragrance and doesn't get the credit it deserves, simply because it came out right after Aventus. And it wasn't Aventus, you know. This is not a mass appealing fragrance, but if you like woody perfumes, this is one of the best. It is fantastic. I think it's held up throughout the Creed reformulation debacle better than most as well, if I'm being honest. You know, Creed kind of bastardized their fragrances once they realized that Aventus had taken them to the moon. But not to worry. I've got that 120ml bottle, and it's got a lot in common with French Lover, which I'm also really enjoying this year as well. So, we move on. Thursday, I wore another big iris fragrance. And this is Iris Sandra by Naomi Goodser. This is fucking fantastic. I really, really enjoy this stuff. This is iris violet, maybe some ambery notes in the base, but it's just a big purple smelling, clean, little bit floral iris, really. Perfect for a hospital visit, which is exactly what I used it for. You can find these out there, you know. Keep an eye on your favourite niche stores, and when they have a sale, swoop, you know. I've got a backup of this, I think, because I knew the prices were going up, so thank God, because it's only a 50ml bottle. It's a gorgeous perfume, though. And the iris is very similar to the iris in Iris Nazarena, for me anyway. Okay, next up, on Friday, I wore well, do I want to say a slightly controversial fragrance? Sort of. It is sort of a slightly controversial fragrance. There's a lot of hate on the brand because of their marketing strategy in the community and stuff like that. But I can tell you I paid for this bottle, and I'm very happy that I did. You can see the dent I've put in it. And I like it very much. This is Zaharoff's signature Pour Homme. This was released, God almighty, it was released in 2018. I didn't realise that. It's fantastic, though. It's got one of the nicest lavenders that I've smelled in a long time. It's got iris. It's got a huge note list in that kind of vintage, in that vintage style. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Iris, lavender, cardamom, cedar, blue cedar, oud, fir balsam, ginger, more cedar, sandalwood, myrrh, frankincense, patchouli. It's all good stuff, but the main note for me is this huge lavender note, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The kind of the oud, patchouli, sandalwood, myrrh resins sort of thing give it a lovely base for the lavender to like emerge from. It's very clean, but it's got depth as well. It kind of does that same trick as Prada Amber Pour Homme, in that it's got this creamy moisturizer but clean sort of vibe, with that fresh lavender, slightly spicy top. It's beautiful. Apparently there's a rogue pear in here. I can't smell pear, you know, but I'm not a big... Or can I smell pear? I'll have to look out for the pear the next time I wear it. But I enjoyed wearing that the other day as well. It's a really good fragrance, like. Okay, next up on Saturday, yesterday, if you will. On Saturday, I wore something creamy again, but also fresh and clean. And this is a very different fragrance, but it's also very nice. I really love this stuff. This is Andy Towers Nexin. He only made 1,000 bottles of this. I think there are still some out there in Europe. Very limited edition, not releasing it again, unfortunately. But this is Veta Iris, green lemon blossom at the top, that kind of green Irish tweed lemon blossom, because it's fresh as well. Sandalwood, like the Veta Iris and sandalwood give this kind of creaminess. I get a beautiful geranium in it. The geranium really pushes out on me, but it's totally in concert with the other notes as well. You know, I love the bottle. I love the whiteness of the bottle. Although I have put a couple of little scratches and dings in it. Oh, it's so nice, and it's like Zaharoff signature in the way that it's creamy but fresh, and it's got a little bit of depth to it as well. The sandalwood and the ambergris really tie the room together. They really tie the fragrance together, and let other things like pop in and out, you know. Lemon blossom and the geranium being the ones, and the bergamot as well, to be fair. But it's gorgeous, this. I really like it. I've heard some people don't like it, Pradeep, and I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, next up, last but not least, my scent of the day. And what a scent it is. An absolute classic. It's been out for over 70 years. And I love it. This is Eau de Hermes, my copper top bottle. This is, I think this is an early 2000s, maybe mid-90s, that kind of era. It's gorgeous. It has that warm, spicy, aromatic, fresh, dark leather, birch. It's just got a bit of everything in it. It's got an amazing lavender note in it. It's got petitgrain. It's got petitgrain. It's got bergamot. It's got cumin, and it's the only cumin fragrance. And the cumin does stand out a little bit, but it gives more of a heat. You know, it smells like you're boiling lemons rather than anything else. It doesn't give that sweaty kind of vibe. It's got cinnamon, cardamom. It's got geranium again, sandalwood, tonka bean, leather in the base, but it's not like a big butch strong leather. It's very soft. Oh, it's so good. I can smell it under my shirt. It's a lot going on. It's fabulous. The cumin does give it this kind of sweaty dick kind of smell. You know what I mean? You do know what I mean. Don't pretend you don't. And it's just got a bit of everything. It's an amazing fragrance. Very hard to quantify. But on that note, my friends, I shall let you go. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.